Okay, I'm starting this recording now. What this is me playing against Prinz, who was the person who knocked me out of ADV Revival 3 in Top Cut round 2. That's right. Was it round 2? Yeah, I think it was. Uh, for ADV Winter Seasonal. So this is a I don't know what kind of tournament we would call this. I don't know if circuit tournament is the correct uh distinction for it, but it's a annual tournament. Happens obviously in the winter, like one of the first tournaments of the year. It is double elimination, and currently I am in the losers bracket. I lost last week to Lighthouses. It was not a very lucky set for me, I will say. I'm not mad at the way that I played, but sometimes the game is what it is, and you can't hate the player. So congrats to Lighthouses, but I can't hate the game. But hopefully we don't have to hate the game today. I will probably be cutting this up as there's dead time in between games or before the game is even started. I'm about 8 minutes early to the scheduled time. And we'll have to see what the editing for this is going to look like. Currently, I'm listening to a lo-fi hip-hop beats to study to. I've been trying this out for tournament games, listening to slow music. I'm hoping that psychologically it'll help me click slower, which will give me more time to think. And I do think that the last tournament set I was using my timer pretty well. Now, I got down to some timer trouble a little bit. And I kind of had to... If I had a minute to think, I would have found a more consistent line for an endgame. Instead, I was between two options. I picked the less consistent of the two, still managed to win. So we'll see if things like that happen. Maybe I just need to practice more on this, and what better time to practice than the present, right? For those who don't know, Prinz is an SPL player. I don't recall exactly which team he's on. But I do know that at the time of me recording this, he has went 0 for 4 in ADV and has since been playing another tier. I don't recall exactly which one it might be. Oras? Or maybe it's Sun and Moon? I don't remember, but so at the very least, he is an SPL player. He is somebody who's capable of winning big tournaments, and he is ready to play. Perfect timing. All right. We'll load the team that I've prepared here, and we're gonna get into it. Lead Mence. So Lead Mence is most likely either choice band or mixed. I'm gonna go to Skarmory. That's typically the line that we want to take when we're playing this. Alright, let's calc that damage. Actually, we don't really need to. I'm pretty sure that that's mixed damage. In that case, I think I want to go to Starmie. I don't want to take a Fire Blast. He's gonna go straight to Magneton. That's interesting. Okay, so Surf wouldn't kill. I'm offensive me with Surf, Ice Beam, Rapid Spin, Recover. Just for the sake of my knowledge here, Hydro Pump is not favored to kill, so I probably don't want to stay in with the Starmie here. How much would my Tyranitar take? About 50. Tyranitar is really important in this team for the special walls, particularly Blissey. I don't expect Prinz to be running much, if any, Blissey. So, yeah, I don't think I'm staying in with Starmie. I think I'm going to go to Flygon. And we see Suicune. Okay, that's not good for me. I'm going to go to Zapdos. We're doing a lot of switching to start this game. And then I'm just going to click Thunderbolt. Let me check my damage. So I'm fully Spadef invested Zapdos. Suicune, if this is an offensive Suicune, we'll be doing just under 50 and we'll be taking just over 50. So that's not fantastic, but we're going to have to rip this anyway. We don't have a better option. Okay. So this is a defensive Suicune. Yeah. I mean, he might have a little bit of special attack investment. Either way, I think I'm just going to click Thunderbolt again. A crit or a para would be fantastic for me. Alright, now his Suicune is dead to the next Thunderbolt. I don't know if he wants to trade the entire Suicune here. It's a little bit risky for me to predict a switch because I don't know what he's going to switch to. It could be the Magneton. But if he doesn't switch and I switch my Zapdos out, I'm in big trouble. So I'm just going to stay in Thunderbolt, and it's going to be a Snorlax. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. I could go Skarmory. That kind of is not great into Magneton. I could go Tyranitar. The issue kind of is if he predicts with a fighting move, then I'm in big trouble. That being said, can I afford to not go Tyranitar here? I mean, I could go Skarmory. That's only really punished by him switching straight to Magneton, but I mean, it's not impossible for him to do that. I think I'm going to risk the Tyranitar. Okay, no Focus Punch. That's really good for us. I'm just gonna Rock Slide. I don't want to play around too much. I want to make sure that I get the damage. Alright, Flinch is really good for me. We're gonna go for the Rock Slide again. Alright, we get another Flinch. That's really, really good for me. And Snorlax, if it's Curse +1, I should be doing like 50% with Focus Punch. I'm willing to substitute here. Okay. I'm going to go for Rock Slide one more time. And we got the RNG manipulation. I'm going to say MB in the chat. Alright, so I did kind of reveal with Substitute that I don't have Earthquake. I did think about dropping Hidden Power Bug for Earthquake on this particular set, which would have been somewhat justified because Prinz does not use very much, if any, Celebi. But I was worried a little bit too much about the prospect of Claydol, which this team looks like the last could be Claydol. I'm going to guess that it's either Heracross or Tyranitar, though, because this just looks more like blue offense than anything else. I think now, I mean, if he switches to Magneton, he got me. I'm going to go to Skarmory. And I dodge. That's actually really, really nice for me. I'm going to get my Spike. He stays in. I'm going to get a second Spike. And now he's got the Magneton in. I don't have a way to, like, heal myself out of range to fish for the third Spike, so I'm just going to click it. And I'm dead. That's fine. Okay, so that's really good. Suicune is basically dealt with. That means that Zapdos can be used for the Metagross, or just kind of be sacked off for momentum. I want to check my Starmie calc on this again. I don't think the Magneton is in range for Surf. No, it is not. So we're gonna have to go Probably the Flygon. Flygon is looking not super duper useful in the matchup overall. But what I can do is substitute here, and if he goes to Salamence, then I'm getting a Toxic off. Okay, he goes to Zapdos. I'm going to guess that this is an offensive Zapdos based on the team, so I'm going to Toxic. Rock Slide would do some damage. Ooh, that is a physically, or a mixed Zapdos, I should say. I'm going to substitute again as I get hit with a Hidden Power Grass. So, mixed Zapdos is not very HP invested or defense invested. In fact, it might be minus defense, in which case I'm looking to get the Zapdos to about 54%. Flygon HP is not that helpful to me at this stage of the game. So I'm going to continue to sub down as Toxic is wearing away here. I do have a chance to get the kill if I go for Rock Slide right now. But I'm going to substitute one more time just so that this is more guaranteed. And Rock Slide should get there. All right, I missed the Rock Slide. So the RNG manipulation did not work out for me. Although this does mean I can go to Starmie. Do I want to go to Starmie? I've got some time. I've got 2 minutes. I should think about this. The only win condition for my opponent at this stage of the game, like the only one that's like super feasible, is Agility Metagross. So I need to make plays to stop Agility Metagross from being able to come in. Jirachi, let's check it out. I'm Modest Jirachi versus Agilgross. Fire Punch is going to most likely 2-hit KO after spikes. Yes. So Jirachi is definitely an avenue for this. Let's check Jirachi versus Mixed Zapdos. Mixed Zapdos is usually a plus Spatak nature. So am I going to be taking too much there? Maybe I am. So let me check the Starmie calc. Starmie is very, very likely to 2-hit KO Metagross. And I think it 2-hit KOs Magneton. Let me check. Or, I mean, it might KO Magneton after. Yeah, we're going to go Starmie. And I am faster, so that's good. I mean, I'm not surprised at that. Obviously, I'm running max speed on Starmie. The Suicune is too low. It can't really come back in. All right, so I should be doing, if this is a standard Magneton, 71.9 minimum with Surf. So I'm gonna click Surf here. Oh my gosh, I did not get the kill. That's really bad. I don't think I did not have to risk that. This is what relying too much on the calc will do to you. That is a Magneton with a little bit of SPDEF investment or HP investment. Okay. Let me think about the sequence here. If I go Rachi, I kill this. We're probably forcing in the Salamence. And at that point, I could sack Zapdos, go Tyranitar. No, that's not a good play. I think instead I actually want to go straight to Zapdos. I kind of threw by letting the Starmie go there. He brings in the Metagross now. Okay, that's probably best case scenario for me. Ooh, he didn't take the... If this is agility, we're probably not killing. with Fire Punch. We would kill with +1. And Earthquake does, like... Okay, Earthquake does a chunk back. I think probably how this will end up is I will lose with Last Mon Tyranitar. We'll see, though. I'm going to Calm Mind. If he explodes, that's really, really strong for him. He actually Earthquakes. As I go for Fire Punch, I get the kill. Now it's coming down to Jirachi versus Salamence. I'm +1. Salamence is very likely to kill me with Fire Blast. I'm not getting the kill back with Psychic, but I can't really switch. Oh, he's DD Mence. Oh, he's DD Brick, so I lose. No. He's DD Brick, so he might not have Earthquake. Ooh, okay. If he doesn't have Earthquake, I win, I think. Oh my god. And I am faster than the Suicune. Oh my god. My fucking heart, man. I love this game. I shouldn't be talking too crazy, though. Alright, so when I play tournament games, I always save the replay and I DM it to myself so that I make sure that I have the replay. So the etiquette is usually don't take up too much time not going for stuff. I think based on what we saw last game, I kind of want to play this more defensive team here. It's called Tinder Gold. Shout out to Xtina for teaching me that. Xtina did not prep me for this, so don't get that twisted, but she mentioned the name of this team, and yeah. Alright, so I have what could be described, or sometimes it's called Karate Tar, which is 4 attacks, but instead of the typical HP bug, you run Brick Break. Usually this has Black Belt so that it guarantees that it'll KO opposing Tar, but I have plans for if that doesn't work out, so I'm going to Brick Break turn 1. Okay, Skarmory, I'm going to Focus Punch now. Oh my god, that did a lot. Well, now I can just Brick Break again. And he does have Celebi. Okay, so Celebi is a Pokemon that I was kind of hoping to avoid with this team. I've won games on the ladder despite the opponent having Celebi, but it's not the ideal case. So this is not utility Celebi. Is this offensive? It could be. It's more likely a higher HP investment. So we don't know for sure what we're up against here. I'm kind of inclined to go to Skarmory just to get some spikes. He's Leech Seed. I will just trade a spike here for some damage. That much damage to Skarmory, though, is looking like definitely more offensively oriented. So I'm going to just assume that it's offensive Celebi for the time being. If it's Leech 3 attacks, then that's pretty manageable, I should say. Though this is really annoying. If it has Recover, that's the most annoying. But we're going to go Jirachi on Leech Seed. That's not fantastic. I'm kind of inclined to just Wish. And I'm going to go for Toxic. And he's trying to predict the switch. Which makes some sense. I'm going to protect. We can slow roll this game. I'm going to go Blissey. That works. I'm going to click Ice Beam just to get damage on anything. I could get a freeze or a crit. Ooh, there you go. So now he's inclined to switch here. That means maybe I want to go to Skarmory. I mean, if he thaws immediately and gets the HP fire off, then I will lose my Skarmory. But he's going to go to Pert, and Skarmory is exactly who I want to have in on Pert, because I'm threatening to get up all 3 layers here. All right, so my opponent is going to go to his own Skarmory. I could stay and get the 3rd layer. That gives me a turn of leftovers chip healing, and I'll switch on him trying to get his 3rd layer. All right, he's faster. That's good to know. Have to think here. Do I want to go Claydol and spin? I don't think I do. No, actually, I do think I do. Yeah, let's do it. We get roared. Okay, that's not a terrible roar outcome by any stretch. I'm inclined to click Focus Punch because it's really hard to switch into. But maybe I'll click Rock Slide in the case that he doesn't want to give up Swampert HP. I have a better switch into Swampert than I do to Celebi anyway. So, yeah, if I Focus Punched there, I would have done a lot of damage. But like I've said, I have better switch in for Swampert in my Lodic. As he goes for Pump, he doesn't want... well, I mean... Probably just to hit the Tyranitar. It would have been nice to hit the Skarmory, but it's not like I'm really needing to go to Skarmory at this stage of the game. So I'm going to click Toxic, because it does the best against Celebi. And at this stage, I don't want to give him free Giga Drain damage into something that doesn't want to take the Giga Drain. I'm kind of inclined to go... Well, it's either going to be Blissey, Skarm, or Jirachi. Which one? Blissey is not great into Leech Seed, which is a very easy button to click for my opponent. I also have to be careful because I'm starting to think that Aerodactyl is in the back for Prinz, given the 4 that we've seen, and Milotic might need to be one of my answers for such a Pokemon. Jirachi is very important for that. I think maybe it's going Skarmory. And I do have Drill Peck, so it's definitely not terrible to be Drill Pecking here. Although, would Prinz switch? I think there's a good chance that he would. Supposing he switches, he probably switches to either Tyranitar or Swampert, which would make me want to go Milotic, but that's not the right play. I'm going to go Claydol. That might be risky. Was a little bit risky. I don't think it's worth spinning into this. Is it? No, I think I'm probably just going to go Milotic. He doesn't want to give up the spin, I don't think, so he's not inclined to predict the switch. So I'm going to use this to recover. Celebi's going to be really low. He stays in. He goes for Curse. Okay, Curse Pert is really, really nasty for Milotic. Let's check damage. That makes sense. This is very likely to be Aerobee in that case. I think we're looking at, like... So, Curse Pert is usually Swampert standard offensive +1 Earthquake. It's doing 44% to me. I'm going to go for Toxic. We'll force I don't think he has refresh if he's got Hydro Pump. So I'm just going to recover. We're looking for... I'm going to recover one more time. If I get crit, it's not great. So, okay. I'm risking 2 turns to get crit. But I don't have a fantastic switch in. Like, I guess I could switch into Skarmory, but then I'm gonna lose my Skarmory, very likely. I think I'm gonna recover one more time. We can check here. This is like poker, you know? I can do this one more time, or I could switch to Skarmory. But this is Torrent boosted Hydro Pump, and if he predicts me to switch to Skarmory, then I just lose the Skarmory. I think we're gonna, one more time, risk a critical hit. At least we don't die. Okay, we get crit, though. Many will say I should have switched to Skarmory there. Alright, it's Jirachi. That's interesting. My Tyranitar does have a decent matchup into Jirachi, at the very least. I'm kind of inclined... We'll have to see, though. Let's say this is, like, defensive Jirachi. How much damage are we doing with Tar? 56. That's actually really good. I do wish I had Skarmory in. So then I could roar this Jirachi as well. Because I'm thinking about maybe just going to Skarmory and roaring, and then if I sack Skarm to whatever, then at the very least, Tyranitar is following up. Don't want to risk my Claydol per se. It's either Skarm or Tar. Probably we just want to go Tar. It's important sometimes to think through lines, even if you don't, even if one is obvious, maybe like there's some hidden benefit to another line that you're not quite thinking of in the moment. If this is Wish, Rachi, Bold, I could be in some trouble, but we're just going to Earthquake. Looks like it's Super Rachi. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have a faster Pokemon. Tyranitar could still be useful for the Skarmory. The Skarmory is really low, and Jirachi could be quite useful for that as well. Maybe I sack my Milotic. It's going to be really hard to get my Milotic back into this game anyway. If this is Super Rachi, I could be going Blissey here to counter it. I'm going to check Claydol damage, though. I'm going to be taking 60% or so from Jirachi. And this could be a Pursuit Tar, which could be really bad. I'm banking on Jirachi to win the game from there against Aerodactyl, if that is the last. I think I'm still going to go for this, though. Because I can't let this Jirachi stick around. He's going to stay in for sure. Because, I mean, if he switches this Rachi out, like, he's going to be taking too much Spikes damage. Hard to get it back in. That was a low roll, so that's really good. Preserves some Claydol HP. Unfortunately, if this is Pursuit Tar, though, I'm basically losing my Claydol. I'm not faster than Pursuit Tar. It's doesn't look like it is, based on the going to Celebi here. It's gonna be so difficult spin the spikes. I don't die to a Giga Drain per se. Rapid Spin would cover Leech Seed pretty well if he expects me to switch that up. This is a dangerous turn. I probably should just be going Jirachi. Yeah, we're going to Fire Punch. If he goes to Tyranitar, not great, but he's just going to die on Leech Seed. That's fine. I probably could have protected. I'm pretty sure that this is a Leech 3 attack Celebi. But better to not get blindsided. I am running into some timer pressure. At least Prinz is giving me some time to think back. He might go Skarmory. I'm going to guess that... I think he should probably go Tyranitar, though. That is leftovers Tyranitar. I'm inclined to go Skarmory. Yeah, so this would, at the very least... I can roar this. I'm gonna have to. If I get flinched, I'm in trouble. And it is Aerodactyl last. I'm willing to sack the Skarmory here. Goes for Double Edge, which, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Does Tyranitar live Double Edge from Arrow? Sometimes it does. Still gonna go Jirachi. Pretty free to wish here, right? I mean, if I hit a Toxic on incoming Tyranitar, that would be really, really good, but... yeah, this covers the Skarmory play very well, and I can just Fire Punch. He's going to go Tyranitar. I think I want to Toxic. We're taking the Earthquake. I will Wish on Dragon Dance. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm probably sacking Blissey. I'm thinking about that. Let's see, 76. You're going to go down to... how many turns do I have here? I mean, I just need to preserve Jirachi. I just need to do everything that preserves Jirachi. I'm going to go for Protect. That's okay. Okay, so he should be taking 25. Yeah, okay, I have Blissey and Tyranitar to sack. I'm going to sack Blissey first. Dedge, and he takes so much damage for that. I'm going back to Jirachi, of course. Alright, so the only way I can really lose this... oh, he says GG's already. So I think if this was sub-Arrow, I could be in big trouble, but based on him saying GG's, it's not. Oh. He's gonna go for HP Bug. Dang. Prinz is kind of jawning right now. He says he's on an hour of sleep. He's clicking buttons while watching Milan. He didn't pay attention. That's okay, though. All right, we're taking that W. That was a 2-game series there. I feel like my commentary was all right as well. Let me know if you think that my in-game commentary could be better, and I will tell you to F off. This is not easy to do, to play against a player of Prinz's caliber, even on 1 hour of sleep and missing an arm and inflicted with the COVID-19 virus and all the other things where Goku still wins in the power scaling debate. He's blindfolded watching Milan. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and we will see you for the next video, whenever that is.